Hello. Hi everyone. It's me, Empress Arcana, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Hi, hi. So, I have a little note here with lots of scribble scrabbles of things I wanted to mention, talk about. So yeah. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a tough week, but as I look at my notes, I'm like, okay. I didn't bring out my cards or anything because I am planning to do a Lionsgate portal reading sometime today or tomorrow. Just a collective reading. So there's that. I will leave the cards for that. I haven't really been doing much except for client readings, which I haven't really, because usually I like to journal. I like to journal and I no, but seriously, I get my cards, sit with myself, journal, whatever. But I haven't really been doing that. I've been kind of like a zombie. I've had a lot on my mind. I've had a lot of I've been trying to find answers and I can't, but it's gotten to a point where I don't know if this happens to you guys, but it's like the more you're on that quest for answers and then you get frustrated because you're like, am I gonna get to somewhere to understand? There's just more and more questions and it just piles up. And I'm like, and it's gotten to a point where, excuse me, certain situations don't have answers right now. So I'm just like, okay, all right, just keep going. But it's just, yeah, it's training. I'll get to the to that in a bit, but I will give you a funny. I mean, it wasn't funny for when it happened to me. I was like, oh God. Okay, so I killed earlier this morning a spider the size of my hand. Listen, I know that my hands are not that big. I have tiny hands, little tiny T-Rex arms and little tiny hands. No, no, that spider was terrifying. I was like, oh God. And listen, I felt so attacked. I was like, yo, what are you doing in my humble shed abode? What are you doing in here? You're not welcome, along with all the FROGS. Like, I will not utter the blasphemous, anyway, the blasphemous whatever. I don't know. I just, I'm not calling their names. But, and I, I, I sprayed it with Raid and I'm like, that's not going to kill it, is it? It just hauled ass. I was like, oh my God. It's so creepy. It was just no, 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 no quiero, no quiero, mama, yo no quiero, no quiero. Uh, but eventually, and then I think I've told you guys, my, because this is just like a shed that was built for like a little studio thing, but my bathroom has no door, neither does my living area. There's no doors. The only door is to like the shed door to the outside, right? And yeah, no, it's pretty ridiculous. I don't, but anyway, so I go to the bathroom area and I look at the wall and I'm like, holy mother of Zeus, it's like right there. And I'm just like, oh God. I just bathed it in Raid, but that didn't do diddly squat. I was like, okay, where's my broom? Where's my trusty broom? Oh God, it was. I'm sorry for all arachnid lovers out there, but that one was not gonna like survive. I was gonna do my best because that thing was scary as all hell to me. And then I remember telling, I think I told my cousin, I was like, I killed this big ass spider. It was the size of my hand, and it was. And to be clear, when I say the size of my hand, it's the legs were super long, like, whew, and then the body was like the size of Nanako, was the size of like a quarter or more, like around there. So it was still scary. Had long legs. And then my cousin's like, oh, that's a daddy long legs. I'm like, no, honey, that's not a daddy long legs. I've seen daddy long legs. I get along with them. I let them live. I don't care about them. They don't do what that one did. That was, oh, the other, oh, God. I don't know. It was, and it shriveled up. And I was just like, I showed it to my cousin. I'm like, there is my trophy right there on the floor. And it's like, do you want me to sweep that up for you? I'm like, bruh, that's my trophy. I did the hard work already. That thing is dead. You don't have to sweep up anything for me. It's dead. I just wanted to show you. It's like, oh yeah, that's definitely not a daddy long legs. I'm like, yeah, I'm familiar. I'm chill with daddy. That's not a daddy long legs. No, that thing. I don't know what that thing was, but it was terrifying. I feel like, listen, I didn't choose the cottagecore life. It chose me. And I feel like I'm going to graduate from cottagecore university very soon with a machete, maybe a flamethrower. Listen, this was not, I know, the things I've seen, the things I've had to deal with. No, I'm just being melodramatic, but still, that was scary. It's like, no, you're not welcome here. No. But yeah, but yeah, it's been really weird. The reason I haven't really been posting is because I've been going through some stuff and I don't want to put that kind of energy. If I'm not in a good state, I'm not going to put out content because I don't want to put that out into the collective. The collective don't need that shit, right? And I was just dealing with my shit the best I could, the best I can, whatever. And so I was like, okay, what can I do to just like, what was it? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah. So there's been like this, excuse me, uh, me, this weird energy in the air, especially last week. At least what I've picked up on, could just be me. And I had a dream that when I woke up, I was like, whoa. I felt very different, like things shifted. And the dream made no sense, like most of my dreams. I, but my mom was there, and so was my uncle and his husband. And I think my dad was there too. Now, I know that my aunt's birthday is, rest her soul, is actually in a couple of, like, a handful of days. It's, so I don't know whether you guys believe in this stuff or not. Whatever, I'll talk about it. I've always had, I don't have sexy dreams, but I do have what they call like visitation dreams. I know that sounds really weird. It's like, what is that? Or like, I'll explain if you guys haven't heard of it. Oh my God, Nanako. Chill out. She's like, I'm like, listen, don't talk over me. She is so sassy. Gosh, she's so sassy. So visitation dreams are basically what are considered to be dreams that you get visited by people that have passed on. I get those way too many times. Sometimes it's just like a dream. It's like whatever's in your mind, you know, whatever. But sometimes it's just so uncanny. Some things that happen or said or shared, how, you know, and one can argue about prophetic dreams. You can't see me, but I'm doing little finger quotes. But there's just so much unexplained. I like to dive into it to just kind of explore these topics. I used to read so many books on so many, what's it like, on past life regressions, and going into dream interpretation, because who doesn't like to interpret symbolism? I mean, okay, there are people that don't care for it, but I do. I like that. I like that shit. And sorry, My neck. But so in the dream, my mom was there, and many times I don't dream with my mom often. When I do dream with my mom, it's something very significant that stands out. Of course, my mom was like my world. So it's understandable on a logical sense. But there's always something that stands out. And maybe, whatever, I don't have an explanation for these things. But dreaming about her, she was expressing some stuff. And I realized in the dream that my mom and dad were actually very, I won't say creative. Yes, they were creative in their own right. My mom was more openly creative than my dad. My dad was very, questionable, but he was creative in his business endeavors, I guess. And I always, we always say these things. Of course, I believe that if we had more time with these people before they pass on to learn more about them and whatnot. Unfortunately, growing up for me, a lot of people just never, a lot of people, strangers trusted me with their secrets. Oh my God. And friends and whatnot. But mom, dad, like certain family members just never, including my uncle, and I'll get to that now. I've always been very open minded, especially about how one loves. And, that doesn't matter to me. Love is love. I've always said that. I've always believed that, even as a kid. I just didn't understand why, but I was just very open minded as a kid. I never questioned anything of that because when you love someone, it does, when you love someone, harm to none, yada, yada, boo. I say harm to none because I don't want smart asses to be like, but this, that. I'm like, listen, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Love. When you love someone, it's just, it just is. Sometimes you, either way, sorry. I digress. But my mom and my dad did not have a conventional relationship partnership. There's just so much I don't think I can talk about on YouTube. I probably shouldn't either. But there's, first off, I've mentioned this before, but yeah, they were never married. My dad was still married to his wife. He was a womanizer. He was very smart about it though, but my mom, and I'll get to, I swear I have a point. I'll get to my mom and dad in a bit, but yes, in the dream, it was just a, re- a revelation of sorts, I guess, where I got a lot from my mom and dad, and that makes sense too. But it's ironic because they kept so many secrets from me. I started finding out about their truth after they passed away. That was not that, it was a bit ago, I believe. It's going to be like a decade for my mom in next year. Next year, I believe. Next year will be 10 years. But like, it's like, yo, what? But it's okay. Whatever. I gotta just trust the process, right? With my uncle, I didn't find out about his truth until my aunt passed away. So, like, again, love is love. And damn, let me tell you, and like my whole family, my whole family told my uncle, was like, the one that will excuse me, the one that will understand you the most is going to be Lucia, me, whatever. And I'm like, when I found out, it's like, yo, I don't care about that stuff. He was afraid that I was going to shun him away for his, like, because my aunt was the only woman that he ever felt like he ever loved. And like he was with her till the day she died. And that was the woman that he loved. But other than that, he's always been with men. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm just like, I would have been, I don't know why I'm telling you guys this. It's just, it was part of the dream, okay? Sorry. It was something that came through because, and my aunt's birthday would be August 14th. And I've been, it popped up and he's told me, because the thing is, when he looks at me, he used to tell me all the time, he's like, you look so much like your aunt. You're so much like your aunt. Da, 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 da. But your aunt was sassier. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm sassy, but I'm shy about it. I'm shy. I'm a shy, sassy bitch. No, but it's I don't care about that, you know? And I was so surprised that my uncle was feared so much, but I don't take it personal. I'm not taking it personal because he just feared anyone in the family knowing because of all that stuff. And I was just like, no, it's all good. But he always tells me that he can't get her out of his mind. It was their relationship was life-changing for him. And she's always going to be very present in his heart. She she was a very special woman. Very sassy. I just think of her and I'm like, damn, she's so fiery. She was a Leo, and God knows what else was in her chart. I unfortunately didn't know much about astrology then, just sun sign stuff. I got much more into astrology in the last couple of years, and like diving deep into like interpreting charts just last year. It's great. I love that because there's it's not about, oh, it's because of this that you're like this. No, 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 I don't. It's just I like understanding people and finding little like things to that make sense. It's like, okay, I can see where that can be this, but not it's not a determining factor. I've always said this because this is a disclaimer. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I've said this before in my videos. I love to, I find it important to reiterate any tarot reader or person that does divination that tells you, well, this is what's going to happen. Get the fuck out. Get out of there. Get out of there. Don't trust that shit because you have the power. You have the final say in what you want. It's your life, no one else's. I don't like when readers are like, oh gosh, thankfully no, I almost said no one listens to this, but whoever does, thanks. But it's like, I received this message from the heavens above, and this is what's going to happen to you. And you have this is set in stone. And I'm like, clicks away from video. Clicks away. I can't stand that shit. I can't. We have the power to do as we please. It's our decision, and that's why we must take accountability for the decisions that we embark on and we make or whatnot. It's just by saying that is like relinquishing. I'm not saying to be power, like to be so controlling of every aspect of self, because I get it. We need to have a balance, like everything in life. But something doesn't do me. I don't like having I don't like having others tell me what to do. No, that's not what. No, it's just that when it's something so important as your life and what you're going to do with it and what you want and so forth, your decisions. If you have, if you are in the right mindset to be able to make proper decisions for yourself, that's where, why not? Why let someone else? And I know, so many factors to that, but just in the basic core of it, that's what I mean when it comes to tarot readers or people that do other forms of divination. Okay, sorry. Anyway, I wish I knew. I wish I knew my uncle and my aunt's charts because I can look because I saw, I saw my mom and my dad's like natal charts and fam, I started crying. I was crying because I was like, I can see how they fell in love. And when I say this, I will say this, I know it's very romanticized and whatnot, but you know what? That's me. Hey. When I look at natal charts, synastry, it's not just knowing about aspects or the signs or knowing how to read a chart. For me, when I do it, I read energy and I go with my intuition, like with everything else in my life. I saw their love story blossoming, and mind you, I don't condone like cheating or any of that, and my mom didn't know because my dad being Casanova, I swear if I could post a picture of my dad when he was younger, he just looked like one of those like Cuban mafia dudes, like at the like, well, he looked like don't mess with him, and he had a Scorpio stellium in his chart in the 10th house. Like that matters, whatever. I just think about these things and it makes sense in my head, right? And I'm like, Dad, you were dangerous. What the hell? No. And I wish I would have known more about my parents when they were alive, because even if I asked them, they wouldn't share. So I've been learning a lot from people that talk to me about them, especially my cousin. One of my cousins talks to me about my dad from time to time. That's how I learned about more about my father and what he would do when he had his like detective agency, and when he had his his gun shop, and the and my grandpa too, that worked at the detective agency as well, which I never got to meet this man, unfortunately, but I've only heard wonderful things, and I've always been compared to how the way that he was like a walking encyclopedia, and that I was like going on the same path or something. I was like, oh, I was like, well, grandpa, whatever. But I don't know all those details. But my dad was trouble with the ladies. And who knows what other stuff, but he, sorry. My dad, all I know, to go back to the wholesome part, I'm sorry, like I think I channeled my dad for a split second. I saw in my mom and dad's natal charts how if they would have been more evolved spiritually in certain aspects, it would have been a beautiful relationship. And it was still, they had so much in common in the charts. And when I read these charts, like as I was saying, sorry, I got a little like I got nostalgic and I started thinking about my parents. I saw it. My dad was, he saw my mom's beauty. He was, I can feel it, like so attracted to, despite my mom never finishing like grade school or anything, my mom was street smart. She was very creative. She would MacGyver shit. She just found a way to make things work all the time. It was great. It's like, Mom, how are we going to do this? She's like, wait, hold on. We got this. And my mom was quite the woman. And my dad saw that. And without talking about, because that's too, that I can't talk about that on YouTube. But what I loved about what I learned, my mom made my dad feel comfortable in ways that no one else did, not even his wife. And I know that sounds horrible. God, that sounds horrible. But I'm not trying to, it's just, I'm like thinking of, I have the charts and like the synastry is appearing in my mind's eye because I remember it. And it's a shame sometimes when things just don't work out because of one thing or another. But I do see the love. I do feel it. It was unfortunately not the healthiest because they were not, they had a lot to heal. They didn't focus on, this is why, I don't like to talk about this, but this is why I've never been in a relationship, because I've observed so much of what goes on around me. Not that I don't want one, it's just that I've observed everything and I take notes, and it's a lot. And I've always been the person that people go to for these advices. So I learn more, take more notes. And what I've realized is that I focused on my spirituality for a good while. I had my spiritual awakening 2018. I believe I'm about to have something else, man, because let me tell you, I feel I will tell you this. Where's my water? Hold on. Hold that thought. Excuse me. Damn, it's hot. Sorry. The fan's off, so I minimal sound coming in, even though the fridge is loud as like all hell. But it's so important to understand yourself, at least to a point. Not to, we're not going to understand ourselves like 100% fully, but I think that no matter what, it's always worth trying, learning about yourself and another person, if that's the case. I've always been interested in people's love stories because, of course, I think I am a hopeless romantic, so it's I know. I mean, I know that this might sound like like gibberish, but my I have my seventh house of relationships, partnerships in Aries, and my true north is there. Which, by the way, I know this is gonna sound like gibberish, but the I was telling my friend, I was like, "Yo, the transiting north node is conjunct my own north node. Help me." All that means, and I believe I've said this already, I feel like I'm repeating myself, so sorry about that. But all that means is that for me, I'm reevaluating or coming to terms or understanding the purpose and destiny that I have in this lifetime. And it being in my seventh house, I love all partnerships of all sorts. I've always been so supportive as a friend, as a family member. It's just always been something that I've always wanted to help everyone else. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that maybe during this time, it's something that I'm finally coming to terms. It's like, maybe it's my turn, you know? So, I don't know, just a thought. Who's to say? Because astrology can be here, there, everywhere. But I've just been having a lot of thoughts, and in my dreams, with all this stuff happening, I was just like, wow, reevaluating everything I know until now, like everything I've learned about partnerships, relationships well, from the outside. Sorry, I'm looking at my little notes. And yeah, I'm looking at my notes. I'm like, damn, that's melodramatic. Because, well, first of all, in my videos, I want to, whoever does click on them and listen, I want it to always be a safe space, because I know growing up I didn't really have that. I never really felt safe in my environment because of many aspects, many things, just so much. Like I still live a telenovela life. I hate it. I don't want this shit. I just want some peace and relaxation. I just don't, I need to, I don't want it. I just, I just want to go, like, it sounds so dumb, but I just want to do mundane things with someone like, I resonate with, and just chill, like literally going to the supermarket. I am that, like, I'm okay, with just something as what seems like tiny or small to others, because I've heard like people like, oh, so and so doesn't take me here and this and that. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm cool with just going like shopping for food. I am like, listen, just quality time in general is great, and there's just so much more to a person. There's just the depths of someone that you can never reach. How do I say this? Most people, I can't speak for, I can't speak for everyone, but everyone has so many layers to them. We're always going to be learning about each other, you know? And I think that's beautiful. If we knew everything about each other, I'd be a little worried. It's like, that's it? There's no more? No, there has to be more, you know? And I don't mean like just little things. It could be anything. I don't know. Just a thought. Growing up was I was in I would create stories to get away. And then because I was not meant to, I believe I mentioned this in an audio. I was kept oh god, I was kept locked away. Kind of was. Cuz I wasn't no one was supposed to know that I was born. I existed because my dad was still married and he had his own kids. And, oh my god. But eventually, oh god, that was Nanako. I'm so sorry. She's just snoring. She's like, "Mom, you're boring. You put me to sleep." Yeah. You know, oh god, Nanako, how rude are you? Anyway, okay. Well, ironically, I guess I'm switching gears here because I'm feeling a certain way. But lately what I've been feeling is, and I know I told this to a friend, ever since, oh my god, Nanako. She's so, I feel like everything, I feel that, oh gosh, I can't even say it. I feel so bad. So I'm going to use an example. I think back to Persona 3, the ending, but it doesn't really matter. Just the scenario of after so many long battles, it's like, yeah, I made it through another battle. Okay. But your soul is tired. You feel depleted, like your light is dimming. You've worked hard. You've done so much, right? And it gets to a point where it's like, well, I think it's my time. I think it's time to close my eyes and that's it. I'm not saying that, again, this sounds so melodramatic, but I've been feeling like that. And it's ironic because I feel that I am, in a way, going through some form of death, not literal. Disclaimer or warning, no, not literal. I do feel it on a soul level, like there's a part of me that needs to die so I could be reborn. I know how that sounds. We all have, I've spoken about this, we all have our tarot year cards. We determine that with birth dates and stuff, and we do a little number thing, and we get a number, and then voila, we look at the major arcanas, and then we see, okay, this one is the number. In my case, for this year, mine is the death card. So I was afraid. I don't try to be like, I don't like to go into superstitions and stuff because what the but my last death year card was the year I lost my mom. So I'm like, oh God, what is it going to mean this time? But it's deeper. It's deeper. I feel it. It's, for me, I do feel like I'm dying, but it's on a soul level, and I don't know what that means yet, fam. I feel that that's why I've been so, I haven't even been able to speak properly, like, I don't like to be fake. I can't fake it. So when I feel like this, I just don't show my face, or I limit what I say, and I always want to be real with you. I don't have it in me to be fake. It's tiring. Sorry. Sorry about that. I can't do it. So what I will keep you guys posted on my spiritual journey and what that might mean for me in the long run. I don't know, but I have been feeling it, and that is why I don't know what the hell is going on with me, yo. I can't even. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm annoying the people I care about because I'm like, yo, I wish I had answers, but I don't know how I'm feeling. And I gotta come to terms with that's okay, you know? Be patient, be kind to myself, as my friend tells me. So, yeah, okay. I'm gonna shift this again. It got sad, and I didn't mean to be sad. I didn't mean to. This is a mixed bag of stuff, so sorry about that, but it's always a good time, right? I always enjoy speaking from the heart, singing from the heart. And with that being said, I have a little song. So yes, I do love Disney. I don't agree with everything that as a company, corporation, blah. But that's when I think of, oh, I feel like sneezing. Oh no. Oh no, I'm not ready for the sneeze. Oh no. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Okay. Because it was kind of a channeled song, thought, blah. I feel that the fog has been lifted today after the dream I had, which made no sense. And I didn't talk about it because there's really nothing to make sense of the dream. I I did think about my mom, my aunt, my uncle, my dad. I thought about them. Tío y tía. I thought about them. So, speaking of Disney, yes, this is a Disney song. I was going to sing another one, but I'll leave it for another time. I'll leave that as a surprise for another time because it depends on what I feel. If I feel I channeled something else, I'm going to go with that because I like to channel song lyrics and then I go with that. So I wrote down fog lifted in my notes and I go, you know what? I know what song to sing. Back in the day when I was still starry-eyed, bushy-tailed, with Disney. Well, not this song in particular, but just Disney in general. Disney is a good time, you know. I don't agree with all its concepts and stuff, but at the time, growing up, I just saw certain things and it made me smile, made me happy, reminded me of friendships, it reminded me of course, we look deeper into anything, we're going to find stuff, right? Skeletons in closets, you know, whatever. But I'm going to just take the good from this because there's just enough bad in the world right now. So I'm going to focus on the good. Not ignore, just focus right now for one's mental state. All right. I don't know if it's going to come out okay because I am no pro, but I do like to sing. And when my heart wants to sing, she sang. All right. So, okay. Here we go. I'm just going to sing a little part of it. More water. More water. More water. Sorry. Oh my gosh. Am I going to clear my throat like 200 times? Like what? Stop. All right. All those days watching from the windows, all those years outside looking in, all that time never even knowing just how blind I've been. Now I'm here, blinking in the starlight. Now I'm here, suddenly I see. Standing here, it's all so clear. I'm where I'm meant to be. And at last I see the light. And it's like the fog has lifted. And at last I see the light. And it's like the sky is new. And it's warm and real and bright. And the world has somehow shifted. All at once, everything looks different. Now that I see you. All right, that's it. And I had written a lot of other things. I feel there are certain things that I call energetic confirmations. They make me happy, just like vibing with another on that same frequency. It's a rare thing, but I feel so blessed when I get to feel that, experience it, when you vibe with someone like that. It's a good feeling. All right, fam. That's it. Sorry this was all over the place, but thanks for spending some time with me, and I hope to have another reading for you guys soon. And please do stay safe and take care. Love you. Bye-bye.